ducks. I have some food. Chickens. Bernice! How you doing, Bernice? You guys cold? I think the chickens really like the greenhouse. Currently inside the greenhouse, it's about 40 degrees. And then outside the greenhouse, currently 33 degrees. But you notice that the chickens are in the greenhouse and the ducks are outside. The ducks don't care. The ducks, I think they just like the wet. They don't care if it's cold or not. The water's not frozen, so I guess it's not that cold. Let's see if there's any eggs in here. I'm curious to see how the ducks are going to do in the winter. The first time having the ducks in the winter. We've had chickens before. Chickens do great in the winter, but I'm not sure about the ducks. I don't know. They seem to be doing okay so far. But I do notice the greenhouse. Man, what happened? Look at, that's what happened. So that is the drawback with this greenhouse, is that if the plastic's not tight, and if it rains or if it snows, it'll pull up, and then the weight of the rain or snow will be on the pipes and they will bust, crack. So this one's cracked right there. But the good thing, it's an easy fix. You really, all you need is like a coupling, like a connector, a plastic one, and then you just connect the two pipes that are broke. So it broke in that spot, and then on the other side it broke. Well, actually it didn't break, just the coupling came off. We just had some heavy rain, so that's what happened there. I just need to get a coupling to fix that. Alright, so I got some couplings. It looks like this one, you just snap in, it just kind of went out. So that one should be easy. But then this one is the one that actually broke. Just gonna pop that on there. Just push that in place. Alright, so that looks like it's okay. So that's a pretty easy fix, because it is plastic and it's just a PVC pipe. And then these 2x4s up top is what's actually holding it up when it does snow, or when that happens, when the rain builds up or the snow builds up, and that snaps. But this is kind of still holding it up, and so that is really important. And then when I say that it's not tight, because that's what happened, the plastic is not tight, and that's these ropes. And then those ropes just need to be just really tight, like it's hugging the plastic. So that way, you know, when it rains, this is gonna sink in and then put pressure on the pipes, and then that's what breaks the pipe. So that is one of the drawbacks with this budget-friendly greenhouse, and it is budget-friendly. You can build this very cheaply, and it works. But for 37 cents, you could buy one of these couplings and fix that problem when or if that happens. And again, that's my fault. That's the farmer's fault, the homesteader's fault of, you know, not being on top of the plastic and the way it is, and keeping track of that, and being more aware of things going on in the greenhouse or just around the property, and making sure everything's good to go. But that's what I like about this budget-friendly greenhouse, because it's budget-friendly. You could fix it fairly cheap. Whose eggs are these? Sally Henny Penny, are these yours? It's actually not that cold, even though there's snow flurries, but I don't think it's gonna be that much really. Hey chickens! Bernice! Guys, we still have Hey Bernice t-shirts. I'll leave a link down to that in the show notes. Ducks! Now a drawback to the tarps is wind. So that's important to have a lot of sandbags or some kind of weight on them, which we don't have here. Which I never got around to put some more sandbags on here. But the weather's not that bad. It's supposed to be down to the 30s all day today. And that's pretty cold for this area anyways. We are sending out seeds to our Patreon supporters. So I appreciate all you guys who are supporting us through Patreon. We're sending you guys out. Actually, it's supposed to be a surprise. It's supposed to be a surprise. Woo! You guys got the fire going good. I got a Christmas card. What are you making?
I am roasting, actually I'm not roasting. I'm boiling 2 whole chickens in a pot for 2 hours, making beautiful meat stock and shredded chicken. These are birds that we raised on our farm.
Nice. That looks good. It's definitely the weather for it. This Christmas card is from Darlene. Thank you, Darlene. Darlene from Texas. Much appreciated. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year. Woo! Man, it's cold. I wanted to show you guys the workshop table that I made. This is the table that I was working on in the previous video. So I figured I'd show you guys. That day I stayed up late and just to get this done. But I ended up painting the top. But it has cubbies inside there so you can store stuff, and hopefully I can take stuff off of this. Because before I was just, you know, you bring out a tool, you just like sit it on here, and the next thing you know you're trying to like clean everything up because you have no room to put something together. Well, I'm hoping that these cubbies can help with that. But it's still a little bit, it still needs to dry some because it is cold out and it's been in the 30s all day today. Clearing out a spot to bend some poles for that pig shelter. I need to bend some poles, and so I think that's where I'm gonna do it. Let's check on the chickens. I'm curious to see if the water's, if it's that cold for the water to freeze. Sally Henny Penny, what are you doing? It's been in the 30s all day. No, ducks are in here, staying warm. You could feel the difference, how warm it is in here. I mean, it's not that warm. I mean, it's 40s, but it's getting down to the low 30s. So no freezing waters, which is good. Bernice! Chicken pot! Bernice! Other Bernice! You guys are in bed? You guys are early bed. Always early to bed, the Bernices. Bernices. It's about 5 o'clock, and that's about the Bernice's bedtime. Ooh, it's cold, man. Ooh, is dinner ready?
Yes, dinner's ready. The 2 chickens that I had in here are cooked, and they're like so juicy and tender, and they like literally like just like fall apart when you touch them. And so I put some of the chicken in our lentil stew. We're gonna have a lentil stew for dinner, and some of the carrots that were in the pot, I just transferred them over here, so they're already soft and cooked, and it's gonna be really good and really nourishing and warm because it's cold outside.
Get some more wood.